Thank you, candidate number 7. Would candidate number 8 please come forward?
Where does a general hide his armies? Up his sleeveys. Right now, if you got that joke, you're probably thinking, ha ha ha, very funny. But you're being sarcastic. See, sarcasm plays such a big role in our everyday lives. It's constantly being used and even expressed in our heads without us realizing it. But as much as we love using sarcasm, it does come with some pesky problems. If we don't recognize it, we can misinterpret it. Also, we come off as rude if we use it at the wrong time, the wrong way. How should we respond? And finally, should we even use it? Well, these are all questions I'm about to answer. And no sarcasm there. Most of you probably already know what sarcasm means, but for a clear-cut definition, dictionary.com says, 1, a harsh or bitter derision or irony, and 2, a sharp ironical taunt, a sneering or cutting remark. Basically, you're saying the opposite of what you actually mean, to tease or mock someone. The word comes from the Greek word sarcasmos, meaning to tear flesh, bite the lip, and rage and sneer. Sounds quite vicious, huh? Well, the thing is, sarcasm can be quite vicious. Although some find it's a gentler insult, coated with indirectness and humor, others find its mocking nature even more hurtful than blunt criticism. That's why it's important to be prudent with when and how you use it. Only use it with people who understand and are okay with sarcasm. Unless you want to end up grounded in the principal's office or even in jail, it might not be wise to use sarcasm towards authority figures such as parents, teachers, or police officers. Also, I would strongly caution against using sarcasm towards people who don't like you and could beat you up, because a punch in the face is not very fun. You can use sarcasm when someone says something very obvious, such as, oranges are orange, or when something happens that's the opposite of your expectations, or when somebody makes a silly mistake, such as crash into a wall. However, don't overuse it because no one wants to be around someone who can never say something sincere. Also, make sure you're not hurting anyone's feelings. So now you know how to use sarcasm. But what if someone else uses it towards you? Sarcasm detection is a skill essential in today's society, but with its presence around every corner. Sheldon Cooper. Following these 3 main clues, it should be easy to detect sarcasm. Facial expression, voice, and context. Let's use this scenario as an example. You shoot a basketball at the net, but you miss terribly, and your friend says, wow, great shot, dude. To express sarcasm, he would use a lower pitch and nasal tone, while the word great would be stressed heavily and elongated to show it's anything but great. As for facial expression, he might look irritated, amused, or condescending. And finally, with context, it should be obvious that your friend doesn't actually think missing the net terribly counts as a great shot. At least I hope. So now you've detected sarcasm, but how should you respond? I'll use the previous scenario as an example again. First off, you can explain the facts calmly and clearly. So after your friend says, wow, great shot, dude, you could say, actually no, I missed the net, therefore it wasn't a very good shot. This strategy is extremely effective if you want to annoy your friend. Or, if you don't want people using sarcasm on you, you can simply ignore the comment, though this may lead people to thinking that you're dumb and can't understand sarcasm. Finally, you can agree with their sarcasm. In other words, be sarcastic about their sarcasm. So after your friend says, wow, great shot, dude, you could say, I know, right? I'm better than Kobe Bryant. Now, if sarcasm can be so hurtful, should we even use it? You see, sarcasm is supposed to be the lowest form of wit and humor. Yet at the same time, numerous studies prove that exposure to sarcasm hones creative problem solving. Also, scientists who have monitored the electrical activity of the brains of people exposed to sarcasm perceive that the brains have to work harder to understand. In other words, it's exercising and sharpening your mind. Words are so powerful. They can soothe and embrace, or cut and wound deeply. double-edged sword. It can bring laughter and smiles, or tears and hate. And so, I'll leave you with this advice. Choose your words wisely.
Sarcasm, as you said, is mocking, it's making people reflect jokes, and it's bullying. Why would people use sarcasm?
Well, sometimes people often will have like an ego. So when they think that someone says something that's kind of, in their own words, stupid, or someone does something stupid, they'd be like, they'd want to tease them, so they'd say, oh wow, that was great. And then this is kind of better for the person who's mocking the other person, because it's not blunt criticism, it's more funny, so people around you will also laugh. Therefore, I guess it kind of makes you